Hello and welcome. Now, Google Analytics will allow you to look at certain websites and notice the behavior of certain segments of that website. So, for example, if we go to our admin page, and that's where we are right now, we can look at a specific site that we have under Analytics, and then we can go to a portion of the site called Segments. When we get to the Segments area, we can actually create a certain segment. And when we click New Segment, we can then name our segment, and we can decide on certain parameters that we actually want to view. For example, we can decide that we want to see a certain age range. We can decide we want to see a certain gender. We can decide that we want them to make sure that they're speaking a specific language. And we can also determine that the individual has to be in a certain geographical location. We can go further with segmentation and determine that the individual is using a mobile tablet or a mobile device of some kind. We can then add in behavior segmentation pieces, and this is the behavior that they engage in while on our site. We can decide we want that segment to have come a specific way. And we can go through some advanced conditions and sequences. However, what you are trying to do is you're trying to determine a specific segment of your traffic and what they're doing when they come to your site by tracking them separately based on your parameters. Once you have all the parameters in that you're going to want to look at, you're then going to want to click Save. And then you'll have your first segment that Google Analytics will be tracking. And we can actually decide on new segments to break down our analysis further. Once you have your custom segments set up, Google Analytics will then start tracking this data specifically according to your parameters. And it will track it in addition to the more general information that it does by default. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. As you begin to collect data on your website activity, you will be able to look at that website activity on your left side menu in various ways. For example, you may be looking at your data in terms of its audience. In case you'll get a report that looks something like this. When that happens, you will then be able to take all of that data, export it to another program for more analysis and display. And the way that you'll do that is you'll go to the top and you'll see that there is a button there that says Export. You're going to click that button. You will have the opportunity to export the data in terms of the PDF format, Google Sheets format, Microsoft Excel, or a CSV file for more number crunching. So in this particular case, we're going to create a CSV file from the audience view. You will then save that information to your hard drive. Then the data will be available in actual data points inside of your CSV file. Now, if you want data points for a different period of time, you are actually going to go to the calendar app here, and then you're going to set that period based on the specifics that you lay out. Once you've chosen the data points, you're going to click Apply. You're going to see your data change, and then you can then export a different report for the next period of time that you are actually looking for. And then you'll be able to save that period of time to your hard drive. And you can do that for any way that you choose to look at the actual data. If you want to look at the data in terms of an hourly period, you can also extract that data in the very same way. So what you'll want to do is to determine what you're actually looking for and what gives you decision-making information. You'll determine the date, and then you'll export the data into a format that will allow you to do the analysis. Again, you can do that with any report on the left side menu. You'll notice that if the report is changed to a device report, you'll have data that you can actually set period of time, apply it, and once again, you can then export the data based on the way that you choose to look at it. In this particular case, we'll choose weekly. And then we'll export that data into another CSV file. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Now, once you begin collecting data on a regular basis for your websites, you may discover that there is a specific way of looking at your business that will give you the maximum amount of information. And when that's the case, you may want to create a custom report. And to do that, you are going to go to the customization button, and then you're going to click Custom Reports. When you get to the menu, you're going to click New Custom Report, and then you're going to give that custom report a title. Now, Google Analytics will allow you to create a multifaceted report, and you can actually do that by creating different tabs with different sets of information. You can actually write in a different tab, and once you do that, you're going to just click Add Report Tab, and you'll notice then that your report will then be in one tab inside of the creation screen. You can then create another tab. Once you've created that, you'll then click Add Report Tab. So now what you'll need to do is you'll need to customize each one of the reports to give you the information that you actually want. Now you can create your report so that it's going to be one set of data in a report. You can have multiple sets of data in a report in a flat table, or you can lay out that data geographically using the map. Now, in this particular case, we're just going to use the Explorer report where we can drill down into the information. And whenever you have a custom report, there are two parameters you're going to need to set. You're going to need to set the quantitative measurement, and that's the metric. And so you can choose a quantitative measurement that you actually want to determine. For example, maybe you want to determine how much time on the page a particular person spends. Then the dimension, you can determine how your metric is categorized. So you'll add a dimension. And as you're determining which dimensions you're going to add, if you want to know how they're actually defined, if you hover over the question mark, it'll actually give you some description on exactly what that dimension is going to be. Optionally, you can add in a filter, and you can do that in any way that you want. For example, if you want to filter out a particular type of social information, you can actually do that. And finally, when we create this report, we can actually create it based on one view, which is one of our website properties, or we can choose to do it for all of our website properties. In this particular case, we're going to do this for all of our website properties, and we're going to click Save. Once you actually save the report, you'll see it on your dashboard, and you can then export the data into another program if you want to do further analysis. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, Google Analytics integrates with 4 different Google services: YouTube, Google Search Console, Google AdWords, and Google AdSense. Now, of the 4, Google AdSense and Google AdWords will not necessarily be used by every analytics user. More likely, though, there will be more widespread use with Search Console and YouTube. So in this video, we're going to show you how to integrate Google Analytics with those 2 services. First, if you go to one of your website properties and you actually go and you look at the acquisition tab, you're going to see something that says landing pages. And if you click that tab, it's going to give you a message saying that you'll want to set up Google Search Console data sharing. Now, once you have decided that you are going to integrate these 2 services, you can go ahead and click that setup button. Now, in order to integrate these 2 services, you will already need to have Google Search Console installed on your website. If you have it installed, you'll be able to scroll down, and you'll see that there is a button here that says Adjust Search Console. You can go ahead and click that button. And you'll see here that Search Console will have a message saying that if your site has been verified, you can add it. You'll go ahead and click the Add button. What you're going to do is you're going to select the site that you're going to be adding, and then you're going to click Save. Google will give you a message saying that you're going to save a new association. You'll click OK. Your site will then be associated in analytics with Search Console. Now what we'll need to do is we'll go and we'll associate your Google Analytics account with your YouTube account. And to do that, you'll need to create a new property, and you'll need to create it for your YouTube account. Once you've set up your parameters, you're going to click Get Tracking ID. Then you're going to pick up your tracking ID. Then you're going to head to your YouTube account. Once you are inside of your Creator Studio, you are then going to need to go to your channel area. Then you'll need to go to the Advanced link. And then if you scroll all the way down, you'll notice that there is a space for your Google Analytics property ID. You're going to go ahead and paste in your tracking ID. Once you do that, you'll then hit Save. Then your Google Analytics account will then begin tracking information for your YouTube account. And you have now integrated your services with Google Analytics. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. Now in this video, we are going to be discussing using Google search templates in order to create custom reports and custom views. Now, if you go to any search engine, in particular the Google search engine, and you type in Google Analytics Solutions Gallery, you're going to see a result at the very first spot, and you're going to click that result. That's going to bring you into crowdsourced solutions from other people that have actually created different ways of viewing Google Analytics as well as working with the data. Now, if you have a particular solution that you're looking for, you can actually write that solution into the search bar to find out if there is an existing solution or view that has been created. And when you write your search result in, you'll see all of the reports that are going to be available to you, as well as reviews of that report and any comments from those that have actually used them. You can also take a look at the most popular reports, as they're likely to be well reviewed as well as high performing. There's also a recommended section, and you'll see that section at the bottom. Google divides its view of the solutions into dashboards, custom reports, and top segments. Now you'll see here that there is one bundle called the new Google Analytics User Starter Bundle. And you can go ahead and click that bundle. And you can actually import that bundle into your series of reports. You can decide to take any view, or you can select a specific view. Once you've done that, you'll click Create. You'll then see the new custom reports set up inside of the view that your account had by default. So to find different reports that have already been created and views that have already been created, you can use those that are already in existence, created by individuals that have been using them, so that you won't have to create custom segments or reports by scratch. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.